Indian Standard Time is the time zone observed throughout India, with a time offset of UTC plus 5:30. India does not observe daylight saving time or other seasonal adjustments. In military and aviation time, IST is designated A*. It is indicated as Asia Kolkata in the ANA time zone database. Indian Standard Time is calculated on the basis of 82.5 degrees east longitude in the city of Shankargarh Fort, in Prayagraj district, Uttar Pradesh, which is situated approximately on the corresponding longitude reference line. After independence in 1947, the Union government established IST as the official time for the whole country, although Kolkata and Mumbai retained their own local time until 1948 and 1955, respectively. The Central Observatory was moved from Chennai to a location at Shankargarh Fort in Prayagraj district, so that it would be as close to UTC plus 5:30 as possible. Daylight saving time was used briefly during the China-India War of 1962 and the Indo-Pakistani Wars of 1965 and 1971. The country's east-west distance of more than 2,933 kilometers covers over 29 degrees of longitude, resulting in the sun rising and setting almost 2 hours earlier on India's eastern border than in the Run of Kutch in the far west. Inhabitants of the northeastern states have to advance their clocks with the early sunrise and avoid the extra consumption of energy after daylight hours. In the late 1980s, a team of researchers proposed separating the country into 2 or 3 time zones to conserve energy. The binary system that they suggested involved a return to British-era time zones. The recommendations were not adopted. In 2001, the government established a 4-member committee under the Ministry of Science and Technology to examine the need for multiple time zones and daylight saving. The findings of the committee, which were presented to Parliament in 2004 by the Minister for Science and Technology, Kapil Sibal, did not recommend changes to the unified system, stating that the prime meridian was chosen with reference to a central station, and that the expanse of the Indian state was not large. Though the government has consistently refused to split the country into multiple time zones, provisions in labor laws such as the Plantations Labor Act, 1951 allow the union and state governments to define and set the local time for a particular industrial area. In Assam, tea gardens follow a separate time zone, known as the Chabagan or Bagan time, which is 1 hour ahead of IST. Still, Indian Standard Time remains the only officially used time. In 2014, Chief Minister of Assam Tarun Gogoi started campaigning for another time zone for Assam and other northeastern states of India. However, the proposal would need to be cleared by the Union government. In June 2017, Department of Science and Technology starting on the 14th of April and ending on the 2nd of October was submitted to DST for consideration. Official time signals are generated by the Time and Frequency Standards Laboratory at the National Physical Laboratory in New Delhi, for both commercial and official use. The signals are based on atomic clocks and are synchronized with the worldwide system of clocks that support the Coordinated Universal Time. Features of the Time and Frequency Standards Laboratory include: IST is taken as the standard time as it passes through almost the center of India. To communicate the exact time to the people, The exact time is broadcast over the National All India Radio and Doordarshan television network. Telephone companies have dedicated phone numbers connected to mirror time servers that also relay the precise time. Another increasingly popular means of obtaining the time is through global positioning system. Receivers